Hey guys, my name is Udit. Today we will be, learning object-oriented concepts in Unity or C Sharp in just one video. After going through this particular one video, you will have a basic idea of what are the key components in OOPS or what you need basically for creating an object or learning object-oriented programming. So in object-oriented programming, everything is object and the blueprint by which we create an object is a class. So everything is either class or an object, and class is a hollow instance, or not an instance, is a hollow container, and when we fill it with data it becomes an object. So it's like that. So let's go through the basics of this thing. So I have created this particular uh, file called car, and when we go to this particular file called car, it is nothing, it has nothing. So it is basically public class car. So class is basically what it defines. It tells that this is a class and its name is class. Public is you can call that this particular car is publicly available. It can be available to other classes or the other outside the package. So this is basically public, that it is available across, it is publicly available. So that is the use of modifier. This is a modifier which modifies the behavior of this particular accessibility of this particular class car. It has one field called speed that is also publicly available, and its type is float. Apart from that, there are two constructors. So what is a constructor? So this is a car. From this particular car, this is a hollow container. When we fill it with data, so data is speed. So when we fill it with a data, it will become an object, right? It will become a whole mold of thing, like people when they fill a container with something and then leave it, it takes the shape of the container. It becomes a sculpture, or it becomes a brick or certain things. So the data is this thing. This is car. This is this is called constructor. So for creating this particular car, we need to call this particular method, which is called constructor, and it is called not alone but with a keyword called new. So this particular car contains two constructors. So this is the name of the class, and if the name of the class is same as the name of a method in that class, then that is actually a constructor. So this constructor is also publicly available, and the first constructor is the default constructor, which means that it does not take any parameter. Second one is, again, it takes a parameter. This is called constructor overloading, which means that one constructor can take different parameters to create different object. And this is a method. In one important thing I forgot is that constructor doesn't have a return type, because it will always return the object of this particular class type. And this is move. This is basically a function. It returns nothing, and it basically takes it basically prints this thing move, and this speed, this is data. So this speed is basically in this particular class, so we can use it with this, like this, or with this as well. So this is basically a reference to this particular object. So when we create a object using car, so it will give an object, and then when we run this object, so it will actually go and look for this thing. So using this dot speed will make this particular method an instance method, which means that this method will have the data which require an instance, which requires an object to run that particular method. If there is a static method, then we don't need it. So that's how it is. So that is the purpose of this. This is basically a reference to the same object. The self. It is kind of a self in Python, this in other programming language. So guys, this is the basic object oriented concept, which is very, for beginner friendly thing. And when we go to the bowling game, another file, we can create an object like this of car with a new keyword. If we want to use the another constructor, we can pass a parameter of 20, but we haven't done it. We have passed it into the next thing, and then we ran c.move. It will print the speed, and after running it, when we went to this thing, our we have to rerun it to see how it works. So let me rerun the project. This project will run this bowling game, and in its start method I have written everything. So when we go to the bowling game, it is basically I wrote for a game actually. The bowling we do basically in the mall. So what is this mono behavior with this class? So this is basically inheritance. This particular class is inheriting a lot of things from the mono behavior class. And why? Because it it wants to inherit certain behavior of this particular class, certain methods like start, this particular method, update, so that we can use it for our own use in our games. So that is inheritance. We will discuss about it in maybe in the next inheritance, encapsulation, and other important topics. But for this particular video, I'm just trying to say, like, this is inherited, in parent class, this is a child class, and this start method is basically coming from the parent class, and it will be called as soon as we start this particular game. It will be called, and these particular things will be run. These particular things is not in our interest. When we create the game, we will learn all those things, but these things will be will be there. So let's go to the game. Let's go there and see what's happening. I think I ran the game, but something happened. So basically, this is a bowling game. This ball will go based on our input. It will spin, and it will uh, uh, do this thing. So the game has ran actually. So this is our console where everything will be printed. So see. So the thing is that the car is printed, the move is printed. The last two lines of the start method. The car is printed, which means that when we go to new car, when we ran this particular method new car, and when we went there, let me go there. Yeah, so debug.log car. So this particular line has been printed here, which is log debug.log car, and same with the second line. When we move, we print move. So this has been printed. So this dot speed. So this is basically referring to this new car method. That's what I was trying to explain. Which this new car method C, this object. So this when we called this method, this means C. So that is very important concept. The only thing which is little tricky about this. So this is how it is, guys. I hope you find some some easiness in understanding object oriented programming through this particular video. There will be one more video on OOPS, so that it will be easy for us to go through it. Please like, share, subscribe. There is one platform also I have created, Learn One, where I upload regular videos on Unity for you guys to go through. I have created a course there. Please, if possible, like like that, go visit that particular website, and please go through that course. Thanks a lot. Thank you.